go throughout a game of a team that really wants to scale into the late game. Whereas on EDG's side, I feel like they have a lot of good tools to start fights and initiate things. Specifically, it means that potentially a little bit of an advantage here given towards EDG as they have started up this Hextech Dragon. Perukia going to spot out Vampire here, but looks like JDG want to go for the collapse. Weaver's Wall, though, immediately onto the Alistar. They're going to try to burst down this support, who does not have that flash, as we've mentioned. Vampire using that headbutt to try and gain some distance, but it will not be enough. That is first blood picked up for the Wukong.
And I love that they actually, and that's Xiaoshu, they're like 102 years old, as Junjia is really going for a crazy play here. Blast Cone's over the wall and now is looking for a 50-50.
Definitely has a lot of damage. With that Supreme Display Talent available, he's actually going to use it into the Dragon Pit, but just yeet himself back out with that. So that's a flash burn for Junjia and a couple of ultimates, but it will be that first Dragon secured for EDG.
So yeah, should be able to dish out a little bit more damage than the Aphelios, depending on the guns, of course.
See, it looks like we're going to see a play in the top side now. The Grim Deliverance does come through, and Junjia, or sorry, I should say Xiaohao coming in with a Cyclone.
The top side there, looking for a cross-map play onto Angel. I like this a lot.
Certainly on a timer, Hongq waiting for that Unraveled Earth to come out, and Vampire actually going to be the one to eat it with that headbutt pull. Has the Unbreakable Will, and it will be enough to make sure that he survives through the barrage of turret shots that will come upon him. Angel goes...
Gala is very, very valuable in that department, as Xiaoshu is getting just aggressed onto again by multiple members of EDG.
Well, if it worked once, might as well try it again. Maybe it's not actually the kill that they want, just the turret, and that is actually going to be the strategy. Leave with the satchel, able to take it down almost from 100% HP, and with the help of that satchel and the 3 grubs, they'll get Xiaoshu.
Now you have a whole crash down, which will, net you a turret outright. And there isn't a lot of stock in that first turret. I mean, you give over some stats with the
scale pretty well. I think both EDG and JDG have that belief. Rift Herald immediately getting popped in the mid lane with the card for either of these sides as we approach the 17-minute mark of this game, and Perukia getting caught, potentially going for a ward kill. Gonna cost him his life with the help of a really nice engage by Vampire. Utilizes a flash, but they're gonna be... That kill went to Hongq. He now is, again, 100% of the kills here, and 2 full items at the 18-minute mark. Might be another one added to his pocket, although he is on the other side of the map. This is just JDG making another collapse onto Perukia, who has gotten caught out back-to-back.
I like this timer, getting onto ZDZ. The death timers are pretty long, and Junjia is super fast. He can make it to the other side if they get this kill, but they have to do it quickly.
I don't know if they're going to be able to do anything quickly against Zehen, but they're trying their darndest. A lot of crowd control has been issued, and they will get the kill before his passive gets procced. ZDZ goes down, and Hongq goes on a killing. Going to be starting it up, at least in a temporary fashion.
We can see Vampire is using that teleport with the Unsealed Spellbook. So is Hongq. They are all going to respond to this. This Otacon is super important for pushing these scaling members of both comps over the edge in terms of those breakpoints and in terms of power. The Dragon is also up. So if a team thinks that it is disadvantageous, they can
over that area of the map, as it looks like JDG are still waiting for their members to fully arrive. The Otacon is at 6,000 HP. ZDZ getting chased out here by Xiaoshu, and now JDG are in a position where they can go for a turn of their own. Redemption comes through from Perukia, but the health bars are now in a bit dangerous of a situation, as JDG are going to get their opportunity to start the objective, but Perukia will immediately answer with an engage as the Otacon goes JDG's way, but they lose their mid laner response, and ZDZ is jumping forward and forcing Junjia to dash away. Grim Deliverance over the wall is not going to be enough to close the gap, but it will be Vampire dying on the other side. It's a double kill in for Leave as EDG get 2 kills, but the Otacon, the blue pings towards it. JDG want to at least try to bait Edward Gaming into going for it.
I like this. Scala has red-white. He's got flash. He's got ghost. They have every resource up in their arsenal to be able to fight for this, and EDG are now forced to walk into this meat grinder of a comp.
Xiaoshu immediately going forward with that unstoppable onslaught as Perukia is still far away, but Hongq just gets caught out. It's Perukia that actually ends up getting the final blow of that kill. Vampire dies as well. How did Hongq die there? A brutal mistake by the JDG mid laner is going to allow for EDG to not actually go towards the Baron, but instead push down mid.
Yeah, EDG should be able to secure this tier 2 in mid, but now, I mean, the Baron buff is still kept alive on 3 members of JDG, so you're not really going to be able to push past that point. Overall, like you said, Grapes, it was a really good look there by Perukia to catch Hongq out mispositioned on the Azir. and it does give them a kill they probably should not have gotten, but the Baron is still there for JDG, and it's the same story twice where you do take some members away, but you lose the objective at the exact same time.
Not for EDG, though. I mean, they still don't have Honkyu on the map, so they're...
And the CC train with the Cyclone that just locked him up. So it was actually Angel that found that angle as Vampire.
Caught out potentially here. Still does not have that Unbreakable Will, but Junja goes in here with the supreme display of talent, forces EDG to pop the ultimate early, but he's now stacked up and will be able to revive. But Gala gets the first kill onto the Rel, and EDG have gotten themselves a kill right back as Junja has fallen. ZDZ eventually will drop, as it is a double kill picked up for the Aphelios, and Xiaohao still on the run. He dashes forward, but it is to no avail. JDG get 3 kills right back.
And they still have Baron on Gala. They can retake control of the threat of ZDZ and Xiaohao joining up their teammates as they finally do get that mid lane tier 1. This is what they really needed to be looking.
Vampire has always been a bold player, but this was certainly a bold decision even for him. Ends up working out, though. Junja is the only one that falls on his team side.
Because he still does not have that flash up. It's, you know, like I would say 15 seconds off of cooldown, but once he does, that's really when I expect JDG to look for these engages that they are posturing to do so.
Just completely out of position, gets hit up by the Supreme Display of Talent's going to have that Guardian Angel proc before his second issue of the Cyclone can even go through. He has to dash away as the Moonlight Vigil all the way from downtown is able to take Perukia out of the fight, and in goes Honkyu on the Azir, finds the shuffle, goes golden, and is able to get a triple kill into the hands of his AD carry. The revives are here on ZDZ's side, but it will not matter as he's forced to run the wrong way on the opposite side of the map. A quadra kill is in essence secured, but Gala will instead go to turn his sights towards the Zehen, who was able to take one back on the other side. Actually gets Vampire as well, but Gala will issue the killing blow. An unofficial quadra
is so good at knowing when to pull the trigger, knowing when to get involved in the fight.
With a crucial Shurima shuffle to get into the fight and take down some critical members, but Gala is the one who is the big beneficiary of it all. 7-0-2, but again, EDG have themselves soul point, and they could try to secure the soul with the dragon at now 3,000 HP and no jungler in sight for JDG. So Edward Gaming are able to get the soul, but will they be able to get out with their lives? We will see, as the Decimating Smash does get cancelled by the initial proc of the Cyclone, but it will cost Xiaohao his life as Junja gets kill number 1 of the game for him. JDG are, in my opinion, going to have to focus as a hen to make sure he doesn't get that revive and make sure he is able to go down before that passive ends up getting procced.
Look at Junjia on the back. He's actually flanking right here. They're looking for something.
Oh, leave use of the satchel, but it might put him out of position. In they go. Angel going to be the one targeted, but he goes golden at just the right time. Back Inferno Barb does a lot to Chunk, and here goes ZDZ. He tries to jump in with the Grim Deliverance, but Honkyu says, not today, sir, and throws out the Emperor's Divide and forces the revive onto the Zehen. Instead, he'll get immediately knocked up. No, it gets canceled instead. The Moonlight Vigil does go wide. An opportunity has opened up for Edward Gaming, and it looks like Perukia has taken full advantage. A knockup does land as Xiaoshu is still very much alive. Gala has a Guardian Angel proc, and he will immediately go down to leave, who hits a double kill. Gets a satchel on the Honkyu as well. And Edward Gaming, out of nowhere, are able to win a full-on team fight. That's 4 down, and they'll march down the mid lane.
I mean, it's 50 seconds, right? The death timers, they're absolutely massive. Junjia, he's going to try and look for maybe a wraparound to assassinate Leave, but I don't think he knows he's there. He has to try and get back to base. He has to try and stall out this game, but I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think it is going to make a difference. EDG find their moment. Honkyu disengages the fight, but it is Xiaohao on the Wukong and ZDZ on his Zehen that re-engage and solidify their win here in Game 1.
You can take